Oh, man. I got my shades here. It's time. It's time. Welcome, chat room. I am here with Perry. Thanks for being with me, man. Appreciate
No problem.
it. Got to wipe these glasses off. It's been a while here. It's time to discuss this ever-evolving GameStop debacle, which has been updated within minutes. So sorry we're late, guys. We got some breaking news on this live stream as cancellation notices are starting to pour in, and this is on the collector's edition thing. So if you guys don't know, the collector's edition for GameStop exclusive Resident Evil 4 has been canceled in person. This is news that dropped yesterday, and I did a video of it talking about it. Now, there is some of you that are in here that still have your pre-orders as of now, but literally just minutes ago, they're starting to send out cancellation notices as we speak. So at this point, we don't even know what the hell's going on here. So I did a video on it, and I'm obviously here to talk about it. Perry's here with me to kind of discuss the details as we go further. But I just want to say that, like, you know, I put the video out just to inform people, just to let people know that this is going on. And the comments that I've been getting, and of course, you know, you don't want to mind YouTube comments. And now this is not from the subscribers. This isn't from, you know, people that return. This is random people that are finding, you know, out the news, and probably they're just getting upset, and they're acting like this isn't actually happening. They're acting like this isn't actually going on. And so I had to clap a lot of people this morning and afternoon. I take a nap, I wake up, there's more crap. And again, these aren't followers. These are people that are either upset or in denial. But if you still have your collector's edition, that's fine. I get it. But a lot of comments and a lot of people that I saw on Twitter, and also my own personal comments, friends, Discord people that I know, were getting their shit canceled. This is in fact actually happening. Not saying it's going to happen to everyone, but I'm saying it is actually happening. What's up, guys? I just want to say what's up to the chat. We got 78 people in here. Thank you guys for pouring in. We have a lot of comments coming in. I'll try to read through the comments once we get through our talking points. But however, the proof is here, guys. So I want to pull up the tweets here. This is from Wario64, who, again, some people were even saying, "Oh, this is not a trustworthy source," even though, like, you know, multiple sources and friends that we know are actually getting their shit canceled, right? And it's like, it's not just Wario that we're getting this information from. People are actually getting their shit canceled.
He's not a trustworthy source, Anthony, but
right.
He just helped everyone buy a Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5 for the last, like, 3.5 years.
Exactly. Posting links and everything. And
he's not reputable.
Right. So they're just like, oh, you know, whatever. Like, we're just gonna act like that's not, you know, that's not there. And it's like, dude, so let me see what I can pull up here. And I'm going to see if I can do this without, you know, fucking it up. Let me
Shout out to the chat room.
Shout out to
What's
the chat.
Up, everybody?
And this is the Vortex, but
I got my phone ready to see if my pre-order was canceled.
All right.
They're going out.
So that's what I was going to say. Mine can be canceled too. So here's the thing. The update is, in fact, that even online orders can be canceled. So they're seeing what you're seeing here on screen right now. They're not seeing us, but they're seeing a full screen thread here on Twitter. Now, this is from Wario. This is what he posted yesterday. So if you pre-ordered the Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition in-store at GameStop, they just issued a memo stating that the Collector's Edition won't arrive in stores and will not be fulfilled or arriving. It does not mention online orders. This was yesterday. But today, it says this is within an hour ago.
Yesterday was in-store only that you can't get anymore.
Exactly.
Now, today it's flipped.
Go ahead. Yes, according to an updated memo from GameStop, canceled RE4 Collector's Editions includes all store reservations as well as a portion of fully paid online reservations. Customers will be affected. Customers with an affected collector's edition reservation can roll their reservation to standard editions with a $10 discount. So you get a $10 discount. But wait, there's more under this right here in the thread. Later in the memo, this is an hour ago, it states that the situation was one of their last major issues presented by a SAP implementation. I don't know what SAP is.
I don't know. Tree sap?
Tree SAP maybe, but
Tree sap? It's a joke, Anthony.
apparently
Tree
it was
sap.
a mess because it even says in the description here NBA 2K23 shortages as well. So a
They
lot
did
of people
this with the Kingdom Hearts PS4
Right.
a few years ago.
right.
Remember a guy traded in his PS4 and then they called him like, yeah, we're not getting the Kingdom Hearts one. He had no PS4.
Exactly. And the thing is like the GameStop has done this shit before, and I understand some people were blaming Capcom. It doesn't look like that's the case. Now, has Capcom canceled orders before? Yes, it's happened to Perry back on your RE3.
Oh, yeah. I
Right?
had a pre-order for a customer and boom.
Yeah. So that
2 weeks. They
So-
didn't give me my money back.
right.
For.
So I don't want people to think that like, oh, I'm just giving GameStop the smoke, but GameStop is mostly to blame here with their system being able to allow
GameStop
that
probably
many.
doesn't have the money to buy this merchandise to sell to the customer. That's what it seems like.
Right.
And they're blaming it on their computer system. It's like, bro, it's been going on for a couple of years. You get the shades on.
The shades.
There you go.
Now, but it says here, look, you see this right here? The GameStop cancellation notice is starting to send us. So if you want proof, if you're sitting there on the video doubting this thing, look at this. This is from poor Andrew here. Dear Andrew, we regret to inform you that you will not be able to fulfill your pre-order RE4 Collector's Edition PS5 due to a change in inventory. You will not be charged, and you'll be receiving a cancellation notice from us in the next 24 to 72 hours. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Your friends, GameStop.com.
Now you know why they don't take the money when they do pre-orders.
I think that is all, that is, we'll go into the vortex for a second boom. That is all we need to see in terms of what else do you need to see, guys? Now, Perry, what the hell do you got to say about this? Let me hear it. What do we got? What do we
Well,
got?
I got a pre-order for a very good customer of mine. I have 2 of them pre-ordered, one from me and one from Frank. If those things get cut off, I don't know what to do.
I have my phone, obviously here it's on silent, but if I get an email in the next coming minutes of like a, cancellation, because again, even online orders aren't, safe. And I even said that in the video. I was like, this is just not looking good. I don't think it's going to stop in store. And I just don't understand why people are, again, I understand you're upset. I'm a collector. Look behind me. Perry's a collector. Like, we all collect shit. We don't want to see this shit. Obviously, like, fans want to get all the statues. They want to get everything in succession with each collector's edition. This didn't happen. This didn't even happen in 2020 when you would have thought something like this would have been more likely to happen given the state of everything. But the Village went off without a hitch. That came out. They sent it out. So what the fuck happened with
How many
the
people
pre-orders?
got the Village one?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, it was, the thing is, there was a bunch of people that were able to at least get their hands on the first wave of the Village stuff. And I know they did restock them, which is something they didn't do with this because this just sold out. But
Right.
what was said at the SAP thing that was talked about, maybe with their actual money, the actual budget that they had, how they're getting these things produced, like, I don't think it's all going to be pushed on Capcom here. Like, this is definitely GameStop as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that this is something that, I'm just going to brush under the rug, because GameStop has been giving us issues and been going downhill for the last 10 years. And we've been talking about it on the show that we do, Game Complainers. Every time this stuff happens with GameStop, it's never ending. We've been doing the Game Complainers for 10 years. And it seems like within those 10 years, there's always shit that's been unraveling with GameStop. And, I don't even know. I understand it's select, some stores apparently are, definitely getting the kick of the collector's editions. Like I said, there's some people that went into their store today or called GameStop today that I know that, are telling me the truth and said, okay, my order wasn't canceled as of yet. But then on the other hand, I have like 60 other comments, proof, and stuff of like their shit getting canceled. They also found out through my video. They didn't know until they called, because again, some of the notices are going out today, even though it could have got canceled yesterday. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like this is just obviously it's a shitty situation, but I just want people to know that like this is fucking real. This is happening. I'm probably gonna get a canceled email any second, guys. Like I don't want this to happen.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. But like I'm a collector, so it's just like I don't know like anything. You know, I just don't know anything. You know, that goes into.
I don't know. Look, GameStop, they don't have the collector's edition coming in, but they got their used pair of underwear coming in. You walk into GameStop, it's a clothing store now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that pack of underwear. Yeah, let me go get it in the back. And then here's the underwear, and they put it in a little bag, and then they give it to you, and they sell it to you as new.
That's the thing, too. I just don't understand why that they have, like,
They sell clothes and toys. They don't even sell games anymore.
I just don't understand why, you know, they're even in a situation where, you know, they're trying to hold on.
They're trying to compete with the laundromats.
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those things, like, they try to change with the times, and it ended up failing. You know, right. And I think it's one of those things where they have to, you know, accept, you know, cut their losses. If there's been shortages before, there's been problems with, you know, even other collector's editions in the past, like we just mentioned, even the Kingdom Hearts console, things like that. Right. Thank you, Thunders, for the 5 Canadian. Appreciate that.
Thunders, how you doing, man?
Thanks to all the members in the chat as well. Thanks for everybody for being here. I know we got almost 150 people in here and a
Let's
cat.
try. Ready, start.
With James included. I don't understand why there is, you know, people trying to, you know, defend GameStop with the situation, because fuck you, GameStop. Like you're just kind of,
for everyone in the chat that says they're going to call GameStop, guess what? They're not going to tell you your pre-order's canceled. They're going to be like, oh yeah, whatever. They don't want a million people calling them.
They already are flooded. You know they are.
You're going to get an email if your thing gets canceled. That's pretty much it.
I just don't understand why, again, people are going to go there and just like, you know, be like, okay, I'll just get screwed over. I'll buy my pop figure. I'll buy my Razer keyboard that's been rented out the night before, you know, like shit like that. And it's like, you're okay with this. Again, I only do business with GameStop through the collector's editions. That's it. I don't walk in there. I don't spend a dime. The problem is, you know, you're at the mercy of GameStop because you're a fan. And obviously, yes, I know you can also get it in Japan. You can get it in other countries, but you're spending more money. You're spending more money getting these imports when you shouldn't have to, and you're trying to just get it in that first initial run. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. See, even James is upset. He's like, what the fuck? But the thing is, I don't know how you can defend this. I mean, this is something where it looks bad. And I don't also think that there's, you know, going to be anybody that's going to want to see this shit happen, you know, repeatedly without, you know, oh, you're $10 off. Oh, we'll take $10 off. It's like, yeah, that's all they can do. Like that's it. They don't give a fuck, you know? It's just like when all these major companies have these big debacles or these Blu-ray companies, and they're just like, oh yeah, we'll give you a little $10 thing, you know, make it better. It's like, it doesn't really, it just, their customer service is also shit.
Well, this is 2 weeks before release. Like, we're right here.
Literally around the corner.
They couldn't send a memo like a month ago. And I get, like, stuff happens at the last minute. I get it. But come on, man.
And yes,
you're a big corporation. You got to get the heads up at some point.
So and yes, to Jeff Grunt's point, the same thing happened. My numbskull tyrant.
Jeff Grubb's here?
The Numbskull Tyrant, that's what it was. The Numbskull Tyrant. I got it from GameStop. It's still it never arrived. You know what I mean? So what's up, Frank? And
did you get canceled, Frank?
Yeah, did it come
your collector's edition?
Yeah. So basically, it's one of those things where I think they're definitely flipping off, you know, their consumers, and I think there's people that again are blaming Capcom. They're blaming GameStop. But, like, if GameStop... Right. It's like, dude, like, GameStop had a meeting about, like, the shortages...
I blame Capcom for even doing this deal with GameStop to begin with. They should be available everywhere.
Right.
Not this GameStop only crap.
Exactly, because then when this shit happens, where are you gonna go?
Where are you
Scalpers,
gonna go? Well, you gotta go to eBay, right?
right?
Pay $1,000 for this thing that
And
costs
you know they're
$150
seeing
or
this right
whatever.
now, and they're like, we're gonna jack it up because now people, if they do get their hands on it, because the people that have it scalped, their shit can get canceled, and they're gonna have to delist their shit. So it's almost like it's kind of a joke on both the. They're playing a joke on both the customer and a fucking scalper because they wanted you to only get one per household, right? They try to block the scalpers out when you bought this. That's something we should bring up, right? They canceled because I try to get a couple, you know what I mean? Because I like to see if John doesn't get one or if Perry needs one, and I like to give one away. I gave a collector's edition away for Village, Cam and May, he got one. Carlos Cruz, he got the other one. Like sometimes it's cool to give back, but with this, when you try to put in multiple orders, GameStop shot back and was like, no, just one per household. And you're like, okay, they got me. They're trying to stop scalpers. And this still happens. It's you can't even stop it. So they made it seem like they
stop
wanted
themselves.
To stop. Yeah, they can't stop themselves, but they wanted it to be, it's a shitty thing because I just know that, us collectors, we want to get everything. Or maybe you put away, money for this. You paid, you worked for the money. You paid it off. People paid it off. And it got fucking canceled. And you're just like, well, you can get your money back or you can put it towards something else. Which, again, some people said in the comments, well, Perry, like, they gave you your money back. What else do you want them to do? And it's like, that's not the point, motherfucker. It's the trust. Do you
They
think
didn't give me my money back.
Well, do you think
they didn't even take my money?
I was going to say, they didn't take our money to begin with because for orders they can't even fulfill. And I just don't understand that it's now affecting online orders, so no one's safe. And that's one thing I wanted to bring up in the video the other day was just like, no one's safe. Like this is
Yesterday was in-store orders. Today is both in-store and certain online orders.
Right.
So that's pretty much that. I mean, we're going to have to find out. It's a waiting game.
Yeah, because me and Perry have ours online. Many of you guys in the chat have your stuff
Get
online.
your phone ready.
Yeah, it's like any second, any Gmail that I get now is going to give me like, an anxiety attack because I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen. But
Hockey fan, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up,
he
hockey
says
fan?
F GameStop. Well, there you go.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. This is just a, I don't know. Like, I understand. And there were some people, again, toxic people that were finding my video and chat that, pretended like they worked at GameStop and that nothing was happening. I was misleading people. And it's like, listen, I'm a fan. And I'm just trying to let people know what's going on. And I'm a collector, and I don't want to see anybody's shit get canceled. You know what I mean? I don't want to see my stuff
Look,
get
you're
canceled.
just putting the news out there, okay? Wario64 is a trusted source, and that's what we're running with. So there you go. I mean, anybody that doubts that, I apologize, but the information's out there.
It's out there.
And Wario64 has, what, over 1 million subscribers on Twitter?
Exactly, right? So
he's been around for a long time, and he's never steered us wrong. So there
and
you go.
now he's getting sent actual cancellation notices from people that follow him. What is
people
he?
are
Is he mocking them
screenshotting
up?
it off their phone and posting it on his timeline.
Exactly.
So there you go.
And we just showed you earlier. So there's the proof. There's everything you need. And this thing is still going to be unraveling as, we go on towards release. And it's going to be up in the air. All I got to do is just make sure, my stuff's good on the website still.
Let's try. Ready, start.
We got Purple Herb with a $10 super chat. It says, technically, whenever systems are being updated, nothing is guaranteed to carry over. This happens all the time in the world. We're only seeing it because we've been affected by it. SAP is a
but
program.
they've done this before. You can't blame it on a program.
No, I mean,
they've done this
GameStop
several times.
is shady as hell. You know what I mean?
They always point the finger at something else. They just need to go out of business already, man. It's time to close up. Nobody wants dirty underwear and dirty shirts and dirty clothes.
Yeah, dirty microphones. You know what I mean?
Oh, I traded in my PlayStation for a pair of underwear. Oh, there's a stain in it. Well, it's used.
It's like
refurbished.
And yeah, it's literally where games get stopped, right? To Jen's point, it's like
they have no games. They have less games than Xbox at this point.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I
don't walk in there. They got clothes and toys and everything. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What
They
happened?
got keyboards. They got motherboards.
How are they still holding on?
And that was 3 years ago. I haven't walked in there since this whole picnic thing.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I really think that there's
Eli. remember Eli
yeah.
and I went in like 2018, 2019, and they had a Blue Yeti mic, and it was on sale. I was like, all right, I'll get the microphone. So the guy takes the box in the back, and I'm like, all right, that's a display box, whatever. He comes out with a styrofoam and then puts it in the box. I'm like, that's new? And he goes, yeah, it's new. I'm like, but it's out of the box. Yeah, it's new. He starts ringing me up, and I'm like, you know what, man, I don't want that. That's not new. Oh, well, we only take it out of the packaging to leave it in the back, and we have a display.
It's like, dude, you
really
put
can't
that
just
in
get a
there.
picture and put it on the wall or something?
Yeah.
Like,
why does it have to be the actual fucking product? Yeah, they were doing this shit for years, and then
Best Buy had it for the same price, new. But Best Buy doesn't take it out of the packaging. That's called open box, buddy.
Yep, open box, and you get it for a
Even
discount.
if it's not used, it's open box.
Yep.
You're taking a hit on it.
You're taking a hit. And
let's close the place down. Nobody goes there anyway.
Look at this.
That's why they have to do gimmicks like this, and they can't even get it done.
That's the thing. All that stuff, to Perry's point, you can't run shit like that. You can't run shit like that for years, and then they're trying to adapt to this shit, and then you try to say, oh, well, we'll make 20%, we'll have this size wall right here, a Funko Pops, and then we'll make this a razor section, and then we'll have you cell phones over here, and then we'll have, and it's like, what am I looking at? Like, this is a shadow, you know, what do they say, what do they call Kenneth, a mere shadow of his former self? That's what they say in Resident Evil when you go up to the body. Yeah, GameStop is a mere shadow of its former self. It's just not what it was. It's just not what it was. And we've accepted that, you know, years ago. I mean, we would talk about the shit that you would deal with, Perry. It was like people would think you're making it up, but you're not. You've gone through the ringer with GameStops in your area, and it's just been, customer service has been going down to shit from GameStop for years, and Perry's witnessed it firsthand. I've honestly, you know, had some encounters, my RE7 Collector's Edition that I've talked about before, like other weird things here and there, or the dude telling me, you know, am I sure if I want to buy Operation Raccoon City, like shit like that, right? Like dumb little smart remarks. But that you could just roll off your back. You're like, whatever. But once they start fucking with your money and your wallet, and like, you know, even if you get a refund and shit, it's like your trust is going to be broken. It's going to be broken.
I mean, they've been treating their customers like crap for the last 20 years. Since the mid to late 2000s. They were going down back then.
Yep.
It's like Blockbuster Video. A lot of people remember Blockbuster from the 90s. They don't remember the Blockbuster from 2002 upward, when Blockbuster started doing some really shady stuff. You had to rent. I remember I went to rent Street Fighter 4, brand new game. It was $8.50 to rent it for 2 nights, and you needed a $40 credit card deposit to rent it. It's like, when did this happen? And the lady's like, yeah, well, people take the games. It's like, but you've been renting games out for like 10, 15 years at this point without an issue. And then one lady, I rented a baseball game for Xbox. So, yeah, here, the $8, whatever, right? I go home, they put a hold on my credit card for $40. And I was like, I need that hold off. And we're going to bring the game back. And then it takes 3 days for the hold to come off. That's the Blockbuster Video that nobody remembers. But that's what I'm saying. At some point, these companies get to the point where they're not consumer friendly, and it's just time for them to pack their bags up and go.
Exactly.
If I get my Street Fighter collectors, oh man, well, good luck.
Well, the thing is that right? So Juan, who was literally in the chat before we started, said my pre-order's good. He literally just got a call, and his canceled order is there. It no longer exists. It's canceled. So this is proof, guys. Juan Perez has
been live in the chat? It just happened?
It just happened. Juan Perez tattoo.
How much did you pay Juan to say this?
Yeah, exactly, Juan. Yeah. Did we tell you to say this? Because the comments would make you think that I'm making people have these comments.
How much money did you pay him, Anthony, to put that in the chat room?
Yeah, it was my scheme. I hit him up before the stream. I was like, Juan, you've been supporting the channel for a while. If I slip you this money, can you say in the chat that your order's canceled with all the other order canceled posts on Twitter that I paid to have up on there, Perry?
You think Review Tech USA is going to cover? Capcom and GameStop. Canceling orders. I don't know. Will he? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out, right?
I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now that it's it looks like it's going to be a very...
You're going to make 75 videos on this?
I mean, I'm not going to make 75 videos. I think as long as, you know, the next video that I make on this will probably be if my shit actually gets canceled, then I'll just
By
be
the
like,
way,
I'm
Rebuke
done.
Tech USA lives right near Frank across the river.
Yeah.
You come find me.
We saw his doppelganger this past weekend, actually.
He's always at the mall. Frank sees him all the time.
Yeah, he's literally right near Perry. That's the thing too. Like I think it's one of those things that there has to be, and yes, hit the like button. We got 195 people in here. Smash that like
Nick,
button.
how you doing, man?
Thanks for being in
Nick,
here.
RWK, Frank, all my guys are here.
He says, hell no, I'm pissed off, says
Liquor
Juan.
sandwich.
They told me in the morning, yesterday I was good, now I'm fucked. What the hell? How do we get one now? Well, Juan, that's what I'm saying is that I just don't, they screwed everybody.
Did he get a call or an email?
Did you get a call or an email, Juan? I know they're calling people that pre-ordered it in store, I guess, and then maybe they're emailing people with online, from what I understand. But I guess trying to call people. Ant will be going on a 1-hour rant about... Yeah, if mine gets canceled, I probably will. But, I mean, I'm already kind of doing it now, so I'm just getting out of my system because I'm just going to express how I feel and say what I feel. And that's what we always do here on our respective channels. And that's what you have to do. You got to just speak up. Not that it matters. Not that it's going to change anything. But I'm a fan. I'm a collector. You know, we've been doing business with GameStop for years, despite our, you know, our problems. Again, when they do trade-in deals,
limited run.
When they do, you know, things for the consoles, like certain things that you can get the one-up on.
Limited rub my balls. That's the name of the company. Limited run. Screw them.
I don't know, man. They are they're not going to put, again, the only way
limited run. The
only option for people is see if you can find it on other sites. You just have to import it. But according to a couple people, actually, they're raising prices on that because they know that they're a last-ditch effort now. And it's one of those things where I don't know, man. This is one of those things that I cannot, you know, I just can't wrap my head around because, Juan says they called me literally when I commented that. They said all pre-orders are canceled, and they did offer me $10.
How much did you pay him to say that?
Yeah.
Because it can't be true.
It can't be true, chat
room. I can't believe you and Wario to save my life.
Yeah. It's like, that's what I'm saying, and it's, I don't know. Yeah, no. Oh, if it gets canceled while on stream, that's why I'm just kind of, you know, I momentarily check my email. And
one is on eBay for $400.
Probably
I guarantee you the seller doesn't have it in possession. I received no email on it.
It's just funny because, you know, they tell people one thing like yesterday and today, and they mislead people. And they're going to sit here and just be like, oh, well, we had to wait to put out the press release. We had to wait to put out a public
gamer, hockey fan. GameStop is done. Others should get collector's editions in the future. Enough of this shit.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I make fun of limited rub my balls, but you know what? If they're going to get it, maybe they should get it. They have a better pre-order process, that's for sure. The only problem with limited rub my balls is, and I'm making fun of them right now, they take forever. So the game will come out like a year later. You'll get the collector's.
Like when was that Dead Space one shipping? You know,
I don't know.
Like when was that shipping?
You get your orders in. I had to wait like 2 years for Castlevania. What was it? I don't even remember what it was. Like anniversary collection.
Yes, yeah.
I got that and I threw it in the closet. I don't even look at it now. It took too long.
Yeah, I just, so, well, me and Perry, we got ours online. So we're in that like little sliver of like maybe not, very very unlikely. But even online orders are getting. I should have wore my
Mr. Monday Night.
Should have worn the ECW shirt.
It's Wednesday night. I found my ECW shirts.
Yeah, that's what I should have wore on this. Well, that's the thing, RWK. To your point, I know there's a lot of comments. I'm trying to get to everybody, but there's like 200 people in here, so thank you guys. But I'm just trying to point out some things here and there so I don't lose my train of thought because I kind of came into this show hot because news was breaking up until when we clicked the button. That's why we didn't go live exactly at 5:30, so I apologize. But
we literally, right when he was hitting the button, Wario posted 14 minutes prior the screenshots of people starting to get canceled out.
Yep. Which we didn't have up until this point. So
we didn't want to go live, and then this stuff happens, and then you end the stream, and then it's like, oh, well, this was going on while we were streaming.
Exactly. And the thing is that when I checked the status of my online order, it was in, the same status of like, the whole, it's not ready to ship yet, like that kind of thing. So it's still, my order was still there, but it doesn't mean anything because that was yesterday, and, things are getting canceled up into this. Viewers in the chat are getting their shit canceled as we speak. So it is not looking good, chat room. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I know it's a shitty subject. I know it's annoying, and I'm pissed about it too. It didn't even happen to me yet, and I'm just pissed for you guys, for the collectors.
Let me tell you something, okay? This guy down here, he got the news yesterday. He made a video letting you guys know, hey, this is going on. And, there were some people out there that attacked him. But look what's going on now. People are getting cancellation notices 24 hours later. So can you give this guy a little bit of slack? He's trying to inform you guys and let you guys know, hey, stuff's going down.
And some people found out through the video,
next
right?
time, give this guy a little bit of respect. That's what I'll say. Because it's not cool when this guy wakes up and then he sees all this crap on his timeline and everything, and he's got to go deal with it.
Yeah, and again, like we just said, it's still unfolding, so a lot of people were jumping the gun.
Still unfolding.
Right.
We have somebody in the chat room who just got the notice. Allegedly.
Absolutely. And the thing is, too, and that's the thing, yeah, Rambo was like, GameStop cancels your order. We're sorry. Here's an extra copy of Umbrella Corps for your consultation. Thanks for your business. Yeah, it's like, I just don't understand, that's the worst Resident Evil game, by the way. I don't understand, again, how people were thinking that this was like, not from a reputable source, that this wasn't happening to people.
Let me tell you something. Anthony was the only guy with the video up, at least before we started the stream, from what I could tell. This guy had the balls to stand up and let you guys know, hey, stuff's going down with this thing. So you got to appreciate him for that.
Yeah, it's like, don't shoot the messenger. Exactly. I was saying that in my Discord. And that's the thing. It's like, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you guys know. And I'm a collector. I got the statues over here to my left.
Why would he make a video saying that? Do you think that he's going to, what's he going to do?
Right.
Make $5 off the video and be like, hey, I lied to everybody and I lost like 1,000 subs.
That's
He's
what
not going to do that.
No, it's like, I'm trying to give you guys, the real info, from a fan to another fan. And I even said, like, we'll see how this unfolds. I don't really think there's going to be, people that will walk away from this with a lot of collector's edition. I think, if anything, this will be a rare collector's edition if you get your hands on it, like Resident Evil 7, because that edition was also rare as fuck and was plagued with problems from the start. Xbox copies were in PlayStation copies were in Xbox copies. They were only taking one pre-order per store. They've been doing this 1 to 2 pre-order per store bullshit for years, and that's what made, after the RE7 thing, that's what made me step away from doing that shit in store. That's when I was like, RE2 Remake onward, let me do this online. I don't trust
when they only take 1 or 2 pre-orders, that means the company can't afford to buy the product. And I think that's what happened here. So at the end of the day, they can blame tree sap, ass sap, whatever else sap. The bottom line is the company is like not doing well.
Right.
They can't even get a pre-order in.
No.
By the way, in 2019, when Resident Evil 2 came out, the night it came out, Eli and I went to the GameStop over here, and Eli was like, hey, do you have any deluxe editions left? The guy at GameStop pulls out a yellow notepad. There were 3 things on it. And he goes, these are the people that pre-ordered the game. 3 people! And they were regular editions. He goes, we didn't even order deluxe editions because we got no pre-orders for it. Eli was right there with money, ready to go to buy the deluxe edition. They didn't have it.
Yeah. Couldn't find it.
And Portchester, New York, where I'm from Westchester, Ludwin went to GameStop the other day. Guess what? They were gone. No
Shut
notice.
down.
They were just gone. And he's like, "Oh, I don't. I want to trade stuff in. I can't do it now." Like,
You're like, all right, good to know for the record, right?
he had to come all the way up to me. And that GameStop was there for over 20 years. It was EB Games, and then when they bought them, they changed it to GameStop. It's gone. And Westchester County, it ain't no joke, man. They got money over there.
Yeah.
So
exactly, man. And I yeah, we should just have like a gimmick where we're just like the RE Mafia just coming through ranting. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where you're seeing random stores shut down. You're seeing, the patterns are there, and I just don't think they're going to last much longer, man, especially when they're fucking over people like this, fucking with people's money and shit. It's just annoying. And I think the whole system issue shit is obviously just there to cover their ass. I think they didn't have the money to manufacture this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that it's not.
Well, Capcom's not innocent in this whole thing either, because I've ordered from them before,
yes.
And they 2 weeks after release, I still couldn't get my money back from them, and they took my money. And I spoke to several people; they didn't know what I was talking about. The lady even told me it should be there tomorrow. And I was like, "What do you mean? I didn't even get a tracking number." No, it'll be there tomorrow. And 3 days later, I'm like, "Can I just have my money back?" And then that's when. Literally a year or two later, Capcom announced that they were not going to do orders on their website anymore because they couldn't fulfill them.
No, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, so something's going on. They're either not making enough, or I don't know what's up. But this is nothing new.
No.
And GameStop has screwed people over before, like the Kingdom Hearts thing. The guy traded in his entire PlayStation, and he was like, "I'll deal without it for a couple of weeks." And the night of release, they're like, "Yeah, we never got them in. Sorry, we got to refund you." And he's like, "I don't even have enough to buy a PS4 again."
Yeah. Yep. And what's up? We got John in the chat too. He says, "I've never seen a company make it hard to give them money like GameStop. I have had so many stock issues at the stores surrounding me." Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't understand again how they, manage to stay in business when all they do is, push the magazine down your throat, push the pre-orders. I mean, they've been doing that for years, but now it's just like amplified when you have shitty.
Or maybe Capcom's just going to hold on to them and throw them on eBay. Nintendo did that with the Wii U, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone told us that we were nuts when we said that, remember? It just happens that some guy on eBay had over 600 sealed Wii U's and was selling them for about $700 a piece. Brand new. And when we mentioned that on the podcast, we had people coming after us like, "Oh, you guys are so stupid. Nintendo would never do that." Yeah, Nintendo would never Nintendo. Right? Nintendo would never do that. Look at the Amiibo. Look at everything else.
Yeah.
Look at Metroid Prime. $40. The whole trilogy should be $40.
Yep. Yep. And it's also just like, we see these.
Who say Capcom didn't call GameStop? Be like, "You know what? We don't need you." Click. Oh, yeah. Blame that tree sap shit.
Yeah. That's true. You don't know. That's what I'm saying, is that, like, no one's innocent here. That's the thing, too. I'm not just trying to be like, Capcom and this Capcom and GameStop deal, like Perry said, that was probably the issue from the start, is because when they made this deal, maybe they were in a better spot.
If you see like 200 of those things on eBay, Capcom's the one selling them.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they're already going up. Like, they're already getting shot up because people know about this situation and they're going to take advantage. And I think the import sites that have these sets, from other places are also going to jack up the price because they know they can get it.
It's going to be the only one you can get.
Man, people are getting their shit canned while we're live. And that's just fucked up. It's fucked up.
Are there any more? You want to check?
I don't know.
Check in the chat.
Yeah, did anybody else? I mean, I got a lot of comments
from... I just turned 40, so I ain't checking nothing anymore. I'm getting too old for this.
I'm trying to see if there's anyone else. I know I had a bunch of comments on my video yesterday of subscribers that are always regulars, and they've said a lot of their shit did get canned. I don't know if they're here now. Some people have online orders that are still here that like aren't canceled yet, so they're like me and you, where it's kind of up in limbo. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Like I understand there's some people that never have a problem with them, or if they never had an issue. But until you do something like this is when it gets annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I mean everyone in the chat's just kind of talking about the just how shitty GameStop is, how they've been the last few years. It's unprofessional. I think they're not making enough, says Nick. Yeah, I mean, there's something going on there. It's just like one of those things. Like they just shouldn't be issues with people that are spending money at your store like that. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be issues with any customer that's like trying to walk into GameStop in 2023 that's like, you know, even thinking about going in there for whatever reason would bring them in there. For me, like the only way that I would go in there is if I'm doing a console trade or I'm doing something that they have a deal running, right? Because that was the only time I went in there to trade, you know, the PS4 and got money for that because they were giving out cash for that at the height of like the Pro coming out, and they were doing a deal. Like things like that, sure, GameStop's good to run down there, trade in your console, get a little bit more than you would get online, or you would still lose some money, but it would save you the whole eBay, PayPal percentage shit. So you got to work out the math. So like stuff like that, I understand that's why it's good to have a store like that. But other than that, and obviously the GameStop, you know, collector's edition bullshit of me ordering it online, there's no reason for me to do business with them. Yeah, Purple Herb, they found me out. I had to hide for a second. I had to like turn off the volume, shut the lights. I took off the shades. I hid under the table. But now I'm here. And I just want to say, you know, I'm also getting more comments on my actual video that are now getting multiple online cancellations. So I'm getting flooded with comments on that other video as well. The cancellation stuff is still going on. But I don't know, man. I mean, to what you were saying though, when we were having the issues, and I had to cut the thing off real quick and get it back on. You were mentioning about like, you know, the GameStop midnight launches and all that crap, and how like nobody goes to that stuff anyway. They stopped doing that a while ago, and it's like we just kind of have to accept that we are heading in a digital realm. And you were talking about that, so I don't know if you want to continue your point on that before we got cut off by GameStop themselves.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's not much to it. I know your audience likes physical stuff, but eventually that's going to go away.
Right.
Boo hoo hoo, whatever. It's not a big deal. By the way, those discs that you buy are like about a penny. They don't care. They don't give you high quality discs.
And that's the thing. And we still buy stuff as well. It's just like for the new stuff, it just seems like, you know, a lot of the.
I'm getting old. I don't have a lot of room. You know me. I had a bunch of games downstairs. My whole basement was flooded with games. Literally all over the place. I've gotten rid of most of that stuff now. And it's easier just to buy the thing. You play it at midnight. You play it whenever it goes up, 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, whatever. They have these weird things, these weird timing deals with these releases now. But nobody really goes to midnight releases anymore. As fun as they used to be. I used to go all the time with Frank. But
they were always fun. I mean, I always had a fun time, you know, going there and like, you know, getting the game, waiting for it, you know, like you would just stay up all night and play it back then. You know, that was when I was younger and you would have time or you'd stay home from school, like things like that. And it was fun because it was like a community type thing, you know, you'd go with a couple of friends or whatever. But it just gets to the point where I think a lot of people that, you know, nowadays it's just like you're collecting things that, you know, matter to you. So like I won't get a
if you're a collector,
edition.
you can buy whatever you want. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are just going digital just for like regular games at this point.
Right. And that's the thing too. It's like
and once GameStop goes away completely, a lot of like the people buying games are just gonna buy them digital because there's nowhere to trade them in.
Right.
At that point,
well,
you could sell them on eBay, but
yeah,
eBay does this thing where you sell something there, and you think you got your money, and then 29 days later, they file a chargeback. And then eBay tells them, oh, yeah, well, you screwed up because you're the seller. We're going to give them the money back, and they keep the item. and you're out the money, and you overdrafted your bank account if you'd have the money in there anyway.
Yeah.
So eBay is becoming like, it's been a fish tank for a long time. A shark tank, not a fish tank. Jesus. So you really don't want to do that. Local mom and pop places like us, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
I mean, I just don't, it's, and one of those things, and like, I know there's people in the chat, like Bassett saying, well, digital's not the way. It's not on the game. But it's like, dude, like, you don't own it if you get it physical anymore. It's not on
You can
that
always
disc.
buy something digital on release and then buy the physical later when it goes on clearance or it goes on sale. Just to say you got it.
Right.
There's
like,
nothing wrong with
look at Dead
stuff.
Space.
I mean,
I don't
you can
have
do
it
whatever
over
you
here.
want.
Like, I don't have Dead Space. I should. I'm a
Yeah,
collector.
and Dead Space, by the way, listen, we bought it digital, and guess what?
We got burned.
Because the PlayStation 5 had issues with Dead Space. What happened? EA took the Series X version, which ran at like whatever it was, a higher resolution, and they dropped the resolution on the Series X version so that there was parity across the board, so the PlayStation version will run better. So if you want that true high resolution Dead Space for the Series X, you got to buy the disc and not do the day one patch or whatever it was.
Yeah. And to Sicko's point,
So
yeah, discs are just physical tokens. Right?
They are physical. They're like a key. Like they just download a key. But that's an instance where the physical would make sense because they downgraded your copy of the game, which is, in my opinion, BS.
It is BS. And something like that, I'll probably just get when it goes on sale physically, probably Black Friday, something like that. You know what I mean? Holiday time.
Yeah, you can always pick this stuff up. Like, you don't have to buy it day one,
Right.
You don't have to line up at friggin' midnight. They don't do it anymore, but you don't have to stress about it. And
again, to anybody
you have
watching,
access to it.
Yeah, it's like I'm surrounded by stuff. I still get, movies because movies are actually on the disc, like 4Ks and Blu-rays, and I like the features. So I'm a physical collector, but I still get stuff, digital for the new stuff, and then I'll get a collector's edition of something that I like. But if you prefer, you like what you like, play the games, enjoy them, right? That's been the motto that me and Perry have been talking about. Play it however
Nick
you
is
want.
Correct. Nick in the chat says he likes the games, but you got to move on with the times. That's the problem. People don't like change, but eventually you get used to it.
Exactly, because when the next, Sony console doesn't have a disc drive and the next Xbox console doesn't have one at all.
The PlayStation 5 Slim might not have a disc drive.
Right. It's going to be separate.
Then what are people going to say then? I want to hear that one.
Yeah.
Now they're going to let you buy a disc drive, apparently, for $150, $199.
Pay up.
You got to pay up. And no, the console's not going to drop in price either. So
no. So I think the disc drive PS5s will be, worth the whole.
And Sony apparently wants one SKU going forward. So we're going to see with the Slim if that's true or not. But that's a forced change. I don't like forced change. We all don't like forced change. But guess what? Everything's a forced. This thing is a forced change.
Yeah.
We never thought we'd be walking around with a computer in our pocket.
Exactly, right? Everyone's looking down at this shit nowadays. People can't even drive.
I had a cell phone in '96. It was in my bag. It was an afterthought. It was okay. That's in case there's an emergency. All right. Now you can't put these things down. Times have changed. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I've seen a lot of stuff go crazy. Windows 11, Windows 10. They are so streamlined from when Windows, like when I was a kid growing up. You plug something in. Oh, yeah, we got it. Boom, done. Back when I was a kid, you had to plug the thing in, and the disc that came with the modem or whatever it was, you better hope that disc wasn't defective or the files were on it, because sometimes the files weren't all on the disc.
Right.
You would have to then call the company, and they would mail you a disc that would fix the issue.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it was just different.
You guys... everyone today, like everything's been streamlined.
And the thing is they're slowly getting you on, the services. Like this is the transition gen where they have the digital versions of the consoles. Like they're getting you ready. It's not so much forced right now. They're just saying, hey, there's this option here and it's easier. And we sell more digital than, than whatever in these stores. And so they're slowly getting you ready for that with the services and Game Pass, like the PlayStation service, Game Pass service, whatever you're on. They're slowly getting people ready for that. And Hold on, what does S.T.A.R.S say? S.T.A.R.S Dandy says, I just got off the phone with a GameStop manager and they said that all online orders are going to be canceled due to the issues with distribution and told them that it's because they didn't receive them.
Oh, that's Capcom's fault. I told you I didn't even get mine from Capcom. My RE3 collectors from customer.
But that's the thing. That's from the manager or a manager, right? So like a manager could be some dude that's just like farting around that's like 23 years old. You know what I mean? So like I don't really, not that I would trust what they're just saying on the phone to cover their own ass. I'm not going to like, not blame them or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but that's the thing. I don't understand why like people are going to, again, I blame both entities at this point because they made the deal with, with GameStop to do this collector's edition shit.
No, you should blame Capcom in the chat room because Capcom did this to me.
They
didn't refund me for about 2 weeks. If GameStop's not getting the shipment from Capcom, it ain't GameStop's fault. But I think it goes both ways on this whole thing.
But what's the whole?
I think Capcom didn't have enough copies, and GameStop probably didn't have the money to pay for them.
Because what's the whole SAP shit that they put out? Like that whole, they knew it was going to be a problem.
They're blaming their systems. They don't want to blame this guy. They're just passing the blame along. So I would blame both of them because Capcom has a history doing this. GameStop has a huge history doing this. I think the bottom line is Capcom didn't make enough, or they want to scalp them online. GameStop, I think they don't have the money to pay for this stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, Purple Herb says there's a guy on Facebook claiming his manager said they already have them in store. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, whatever. Go in the back and show everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, if he has a picture, then I'll believe it.
If GameStop's going out of business anyway. Who cares if you break street date?
It's just like...
You get a fine, big deal. They can't afford it anyway.
Yeah, because the thing is that the reason why you don't want to let GameStop off the hook either is because they've done this before in the past. And that's why...
Even a bunch of times.
When it wasn't dealt with Capcom. So that's why you can't, people online can't just be like, all right, it's like both entities are to blame here. I don't know if they'll give a response to Liquor Sandwich. I don't know if they're going to say something at their Spotlight Thursday because... That's all. I guarantee
they're not going to say nothing.
They're not going to say nothing. People are going to say it in the chat. They'll be like, "Oh, that collector's edition. I guess I'm not getting it now."
Yeah, Capcom will say, "See you on eBay, suckers."
Yeah, yeah. Good luck spending that percentage.
Look at eBay. If there's one guy with like 600 of them, you're going to be like, "Okay, that's a dummy account for Capcom." Nintendo did it with the Wii U. They did it with the Wii U.
Yeah, and now we don't even know if those pre-orders are going to be, fulfilled for those listings to even happen unless, like you said, they're from the source themselves. And
right.
I just don't think a response is going to happen. I think GameStop putting out this stuff was just like enough for them to take the fall for it. But I think both entities are to blame here at the end of the day. But I think GameStop also, because they've been kind of dragged through the mud through the years with their shitty
Capcom did it to you,
services.
But they didn't just do it to me. There was a Monster Hunter collector set. They did the same thing to everybody that ordered it.
Yeah.
You could look that up online. All those people got fucked over and they never got it.
Right. And
so this isn't like a one-time thing or just my personal experience.
Right. It's not a one-time thing.
This happened with me at Resident Evil 3. This happened with Capcom and all the Monster Hunter stuff that was coming out.
Right. It's not the first time for Capcom and it's not the first time for GameStop.
Capcom has screwed up a lot. That's why they shut down that store that they used to have. They recently shut that thing down because they knew they weren't going to carry this thing on that store.
Yeah, and it's also just, like both entities are not handling this well, and I don't understand what happened because Village was, after RE3, and, you're going from, a year later and, from when RE3 came out to Village, and that collector's edition wasn't a problem. Those pre-orders went out. They did sell out, but then they restocked them. But they fulfilled them. Maybe some got canceled along the way. I don't want to speak for everybody. But there wasn't a problem with Village. So I understand, RE4, it's a big game. I get it. But what happened? And if there were warnings about manufacturing problems back in August, they're saying here, or with, NBA 2K23, in that thing they posted, they said that was when they also had issues with that edition or something like that. So this is something that was also a problem with other GameStop editions, I guess, or collector's editions. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about, being, basically on the cutting, the cut list, basically, because, I'm just expecting an email anytime now or tonight when we're recording.
Here's how people on eBay would get them. It's Capcom with a dummy account. So if Capcom has them available and they didn't ship them to GameStop, what are they going to do with them? Sell them on eBay on their dummy account. Because guess what? GameStop got caught doing that, and Nintendo did it. They didn't quite get caught, but we know Nintendo did it. Because who the hell has 600 sealed Wii U's and they sold them off for $700 a piece?
Yeah, unless you're like,
Well, one guy had 600 sealed Wii U's. I want to know that one guy.
And you couldn't find them in the store.
He couldn't find them in the. What happened was Nintendo, they never cut the price of the Wii U. They told all the Best Buys, all the GameStops, send the consoles back. That was when they discontinued the Wii U. They said, send all the machines back, and we'll credit you. Best Buy, Target, Walmart, GameStop sent all their Wii U consoles back that were never sold. Guess what? Some guy randomly on eBay had 600 Wii U's sealed, and they all sold, and they sold for a higher profit. You know why Nintendo did that? Because nobody was buying them for $2.99 or $3.99, whatever the hell they were, $3.49.
Yeah, I remember when we covered that.
So they stuck them on a dummy account and they sold them all because nobody could find them in the stores.
Yeah, and now you have,
they did it with Amiibo.
Yep. Thank you, Nick, for the gifted sub. X Cathedra is now a member, courtesy of Nick. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for being generous, guys. I know it's shitty. It's a shitty situation, shitty news to talk about, but it's apparently UK is not having the problem. Game Boy and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock himself, said that there's not a problem in the UK apparently, which that's fine.
Well, that's good. At least you guys are gonna get.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I want all my fellow friends and collectors to get what they want and what they worked for to pay to pay for. Like there's a lot of stuff that you want to put money aside for in the year. Maybe it's a game, maybe it's a collector's edition, maybe it's a fucking car. I don't know, but like little things that you want to spend money on, like that stuff you try to wait and anticipate and make sure that you have that stuff ready for when it comes around. And it just sucks that people got to deal with that. And it's like you're just fucking around with people's hard-earned money. I know people are getting refunded and all this shit, but that's not the point. It's just like you're fucking with the trust of the customer. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not the first time Capcom's done this, not the first time GameStop's done this. So that is a good point to bring up, is that because people might watch this and be like, what the fuck? But I know, like, even to Juan's point of like this being so close to launch, that's the shitty thing. No matter whose fault it is, I think this should have been talked about like a month ago. This should have been like, look, like they knew that they weren't going to meet those expectations at that point. Like by a month, like they probably knew that they were.
To the point where they got to start canceling almost everybody's stuff over here in the United States. That's very telling.
Very telling. Very telling.
This is why you don't do exclusive deals with GameStop. Out of all the people, I know GameStop needed that deal to stay afloat. But if I don't know, but I'm assuming they can't afford to pay for the product.
Yeah.
So, well, given if they can't afford to pay for the product,
right?
Dump those on Best Buy or something. Do something. What company makes them? And I wonder where. It's all China, buddy.
Yeah. $199.
Pieces of plastic.
Thank you, RWK. Yeah, it all comes in the same shit, But yeah, it's like it's again, like I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna be recording tonight, and something's gonna happen with one of us. I just have a feeling, because I know the universe knows when we're going live, or it'll happen after we get done recording.
Well, we got a big show tonight, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Starfield and a
lot
of Sony
stuff.
thing.
Yeah, we're going live between 10:30 and 11 tonight on the Game Complainers. So we are doing that, discussing more of the other game news and what's been going on, because there has been a lot of stuff to talk about. And this is one of them, because it'll kind of continue over.
Yeah, we'll talk about this,
because now we
Who
have
knows what's going to break in the next couple of hours before we go live again.
That's what I'm saying. Or one of our editions could get canceled, and there's that. But yeah, I don't know.
I just joined the S.T.A.R.S Bravo team last month.
There could easily be copies at the store. I get that because it's close, but like at the same time, like I'll believe it when I see it. Someone should just take a picture of it and just be like, there it is, it's here, confirmation. Because until we visually see, they haven't even done like an unboxing or anything of this shit.
Dude, if GameStop can't get them, how did they ship yet?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? How do people have them?
How are you canceling orders already when they were usually doing?
How are photos on the internet not being shown or anything?
Yeah,
you know, people always
see that when they leak it. Yeah, or when people steal the disc for the game. You know, we always see it leaked or a picture or proof of something. Like there's always something out there, chat room. But I don't know. Again,
right
at this point, regardless if some some schmuck has it in the back, who cares? You know what I mean? Like we're getting screwed. You know what I mean? Like we're getting screwed at the end of the day. The customer's getting screwed. Who cares about, a manager that's just like, whatever. Because, again, it's not really a good thing to kind of screw over your customers like that, and
regular discs.
And yes, that link right there, that's that's Game Complainers link. So go
shout
click
out to
that.
Stevie Mac for telling them to subscribe over there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we'll be later tonight, where we are
chat.
every Wednesday night.
Yeah, so go click that and subscribe. And
thank you.
I'm there every Wednesday, at night. Been doing the show for almost 10 years with Perry and Frank. And obviously we
10
talk
years
about all
in May.
Yeah, all
May
games.
or June or whatever.
Consoles, all the stuff, screaming, yelling, it's all there. But yeah, I know there was pictures of the statue, but is there an actual picture of the collector's edition in hand, Purple Herb? Like, I know there's pictures online of the statue, but that always happens because they take them when they're made and stuff like that. But I'm talking about, like, actually having their hands on it. Not yet out bad. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I know it is starting to happen to many of you guys and viewers that are commenting and in the chat as we speak. So, and yes,
RWK has no idea how on fire it's going to be tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be shooting from all cylinders. It's going to be a pretty. This is just the pre-show. This is like a pre-show. This is like a warm-up. This is like an appetizer, if you will, for the rest of the fucking night. Because, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of shit that ends up being just a shitty situation. You don't want to be negative and be talking about stuff when you're waiting for a game that's, largely anticipated like RE4, fans can't wait. And then you got this negative thing looming over, the collector's mindset. I understand there's people that got it digital and there's people that got the standard. They don't care. That's cool. That's great. But, I feel for all the collectors and people like myself or Perry that we just won't get. I'm
checking to see if I got the email. No, right. I didn't.
So I'm going to also, like later, I'm going to look at the website too and sign in and just keep looking at it as well on there just in case they don't send it right away. But yeah, it's just, so the one last thing I wanted to talk about in this little segment here, to move on from the GameStop stuff, let's just move on to another thing. But this was another thing that some people were more, and yes, Venom, they were the only way to get the collector's edition in the States. I just want to say that because I know that you can get it from other spots elsewhere. But the next last thing to kind of wrap up this stream is the rain. The rain that everyone was talking about that, I didn't have a problem with. Some other people didn't have a problem with, but I know some of you in the chat did, and that's fine. It's just a matter of opinion, whatever. But they are going to be patching the rain day 1.
I downloaded the game today.
You can pre-download it. It's 60. What is it? 66 gigs, 67 gigs. Pretty big game.
Gigs.
Yeah.
And then the DLC.
So yeah, Perry.
I got the deluxe edition.
Also, I just want to throw this in here because he's throwing it in. A random person says, got off the phone after an hour-long time wait and customer service, and mines are safe, plus my card is being charged, but sorry to hear of everyone else. Well, again, I think there'll be some people that
let us know tomorrow what it's like.
Yeah, let us know tomorrow because this thing keeps unraveling. Again, do I think there will be some people unscathed? Yes, I think some people might walk away with some. It's not like nobody's
David R, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, David R? But it's a very slim chance to get it. But let's get back to what we're saying. So the rain for Resident Evil 4 Remake will be patched. This is something that it's not really that big of a issue when it comes to like patching games. There's always day 1 patches, but Capcom definitely heard the response. Also Game Informer was also calling it out too when they, did their little silly breakdown. I didn't have a problem with it. I was focused more on everything else and the visuals. I wasn't like, I can't see through the rain. Like, I know there were some people that said it could have been improved or adjusted, but I didn't really think it was a problem. That's why I didn't harp on it, because I didn't make videos about it. I didn't rant about it because it wasn't a big deal. And obviously it's something that could easily be fixed. But what are your thoughts, Perry, on the rain? The rain.
Didn't the GTA trilogy have a problem with this?
I think
a year or two ago or something.
Something like that with the effects. Yeah.
They could patch it over time. It's not a big deal. It's what is it? One section of the game.
And it was shown in a very early preview that was from January. When Game Informer showed what they played, it was played in January. So, I doubt it was final by then. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there you go. The definitive edition launch with the rain. That's the thing. I didn't see a problem with it. If you did, that's fine. It's fixed. So it's just one of those things where I wasn't really focusing on the rain when I saw it. I was looking at, the gameplay mechanics and the parasites and the combat. I was looking at other shit. But I didn't think it was that bad, but they fixed it. Capcom, despite what some people say, they do listen to the fans when it comes to little things here and there. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Well, look at Dead Space. Whenever the people complain about Dead Space, EA went and they fixed it.
They fixed it. Dead Space remake. A lot of the times nowadays with social media and people being so responsive, they try to gauge the community a little bit. And I'm sure that they saw rain, and all that stuff. So I think there's still room for any other little, tweaks that they probably have to make on a day one patch. But I think everything else, I think the rain was probably the only thing that they had to worry about, probably other than, probably other things that they might need to patch day one. But, I think at this point, the rain's fixed, but then we got no collector's edition. So it's you got to take one.
Can't patch that, Jack.
Can't patch that. So now we're getting the shitty end of the stick. But obviously, I want to hear what you guys have to say about the rain and all that stuff. It wasn't really a big deal for me. But now it's fixed for the people that were bothered by it. But let's hope there's no apparent things that need to be fixed that might be more important than the rain. But I know that they, again, as we were preparing for the show, Perry sent me the update that was happening. So everything kind of updated today. One was bad news and one was just okay news for people that didn't want to see the rain to that effect. But they patched in an umbrella. Yeah, basically, right? Leon just holds the umbrella above Ashley the whole time. Yeah, I like the atmosphere. I love the nighttime scenes I'm seeing in RE4.
The rain is Sadler pissing off the friggin' church.
Yeah, yeah.
He's on top of the church just peeing on Leon.
Yeah, it's him. It's him just raining down on their parade, so to speak. Yeah, it's I like the fact that there's it looks great. The RE engine looks great, and the graphics look.
1 hour ago, they canceled somebody else's pre-order.
They canceled someone else's. All right.
This guy's name is Angel.
Andrew and Angel got screwed.
Andrew and Angel. Are they going down the A's?
I was going to say, oh no. That means I might be next.
This is a shit bad company.
What did he say?
This is a shit
bad company. That's awesome.
They always sell things they don't have in inventory. I canceled my 4090 order with them. 2 weeks went by and no update. Fuck them.
Yeah, oh no, people.
Dude, if you're buying a graphics card from GameStop, I don't know what to tell you. Man.
I don't know what to tell you there. They probably put it in their PC the night before, then brought it back in. To fucking sell it. Yeah.
Shit bag of a company.
Oh man.
Andrew and Amos got their pre-orders canceled.
Oh no. We're going down the A's. Please don't. Please don't. So Purple Orb picked up the Japanese copy. Well, was your US copy messed up, man, or were you just like, fuck it? I don't blame you because honestly, it's probably a safer bet. because you'll spend the money on the Japanese edition and still spend less than what idiots on eBay are selling it for. You know, I was just about to finish paying off the RE4 collector's edition, says Chris, but gonna wait it out now. Yeah, I mean, you might as well, because they're just gonna refund you that money if they do cancel it. But I haven't gotten an email, but I don't see it in my orders anymore.
Ooh.
But Matthew Webster, you might be onto something, because that means I have to check my shit, because that could be the same case for me. Damn.
Check Awario, see if anything else popped up about this whole
GameStop
thing.
live now, and we might find out if my shit got canceled here on the air. Let's stay tuned here.
I'm too scared to check mine. I'll check mine, I guess, right?
Fuck it, right?
Whoa, this is the wrong site. There you go, GameStop. Orders.
It still says in progress. It still says.
Are you serious, bro?
It still says in progress.
Yeah, but you know what they did to mine?
That doesn't mean anything, though.
It says $270. Okay, but it just shows a copy of the PS5 standard.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so
well, that's what mine does too. Like mine, like it says like Xbox, right? But the case is like a standard edition case. I think that was the same the whole time I had it. But again, like we just said, just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to be there, because they can just easily cancel it. But Matthew Webster, thanks for that little tip, because I was going to check anyway, but that's good to know that even if you don't get an email, just keep checking. Random says his is still in progress too. But Purple Herb says fuck it. He said he'll just spend the $400 on eBay and call it a day for the Japanese edition. I mean, here's the thing: the Japanese edition has the physical CD soundtrack, which is awesome. But yeah, man, I mean, do what you want. That's fine, because I know you're a collector too. And all you guys are in the chat, most of you are. So yeah, some people still says available. So again, I know that there's going to be some people that will come out unscathed. There might be even some people in stores that might come out unscathed, even though they're saying all stores have been canceled. But it's happening. The proof is in the pudding here, especially with all of the. Okay, Matthew Webster says, okay, now I'm seeing it back on there. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, maybe their website's going to be a little fucking weird with this shit from now on. I'm not sure, but it's pretty crazy.
So if you're playing this game on PC, on cdkeys.com, the deluxe edition's $49.19, and this is Steam codes, by the way.
There you go, Chris Kennedy. This is for you.
And if you want the standard edition, it's $42.99. So there you go. I'm going to be picking this up on Steam as well. So I'm going to be getting my key from CD Keys.
Yeah,
And if anybody says, hey, you can't trust CD Keys.
Are they reputable, Perry? How do I know?
I've been using them for 12 years, so I guess not, right? Never had an issue.
Oh, man.
Newegg, remember?
Yep.
I try helping people get PlayStations and Xboxes. Oh, is Newegg reputable? It's like, dude, they've been around for 100 years. What do you mean?
Wilmore is good in Canada, he says.
Good.
They're good, man. I'm happy. Look, I want you guys to get it. Obviously, keep me updated, like, in the chat. I'll keep you guys posted as well. If you see another rant video of my stuff actually getting canceled, it might happen. The rant might happen tonight when we're live later. In terms of if it actually happens. But regardless, I think, we're just gonna keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully, we make the cut. If we don't, fuck us, I guess, whatever. Shame on us for trying to warn people, and just be like, just, stay on the lookout. No, but it's yeah, I mean, between this and the whole, like, just collector's edition thing, I think there's a lot of people that, will just be, kind of bummed out after this. They just won't want to try to, put their trust into GameStop again, and I can't really blame them. But I'm not. If GameStop doesn't go anywhere, the next one's also going to be a GameStop exclusive. And if they do something like that again, to avoid this, man, I don't even know. Like, how do you avoid this from happening from an already dying company? Like when RE9 comes out, like what are you gonna do? Do business with them after this shit?
Listen, the next Resident Evil remake, I'm assuming is going to be around for the 30th anniversary. So let's say 3 years from now, there'll be another remake. Whether it be the first, the fifth, Veronica, not Veronica, Veronica's Closet. Okay? I think in 3 years, I don't think GameStop's going to be around. But I've been saying that for 20 years, so I could be wrong. But you know what?
Right.
If they do collector's editions, it's probably going to have to be from an online seller. Maybe Limited Rub My Balls gets the rights to it, and they could do it. But again, you won't get it on release. You'll get it like a year after release, but you'll get it. Limited run. I mean, you know, we joke about them, but they actually get your stuff at some point.
You take care, Nick. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by, Nick.
No, you're right, man. I mean, that's the thing. It's like you just don't know how there's going to be a. Oh wow, the last $400 edition's gone. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be, you know, they're not going to be hanging around for this next console wave. Like, they will not be around. Like, whatever this next Xbox is or PS6, like, down the road, like, this is it for them. This is their last, like, you know, leg, basically. Oh, nice, Chris Kennedy. Did you use CD keys? Did you save that money? Save that paper.
You know, I had to figure out how to put this TV in 120 hertz and 4K and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a pain to do it, but I figured it out, and I'm ready to rock and roll when this game comes out.
Absolutely. Oh, no.
I got it on Xbox, and I got it on PC.
David, no.
Straight off Steam.
Well, you could have saved some money, brother. But
Could have saved a few bucks.
Yeah, but David, man, that's terrible, man. That's terrible news. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll keep checking between now and when we record.
Did they really just cancel his order? How much did you pay him?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how much did I pay David to say that in the chat? It's like, dude, this shit's happening again. Another one live on the air.
You Anthony Tellerico. You're paying everybody off over here,
right? Exactly. I'll just go over there. I'll just be like, oh, I'm Tommy's cousin. It's time to act like you know, the collector's edition was never a thing. Yeah, that sucks, man. So
that's two people in your chat room right now. We're live.
Two people. It was David and Juan Perez. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean? And like I said, I will keep checking my stuff as well. And as soon as I know, you will know, because I will probably be jumping on here and getting, you know, pissed again. But again, I'm kind of letting it all out now on between yesterday's video, and yesterday's video wasn't so much of a rant as this was just more of like, you know, I just want to let you guys know that this is a yeah, you know, that was Perry's idea first too. It was just like, oh, dude, $50.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. Perry was like, dude, you got to do a shirtless donation thing. And I was like, no, no. Well,
I got you $50 that night.
I was going to say you did. But I didn't want to commit. I didn't want to send it all the way. But you know what? Now, to make people happy for this whole pre-order debacle, it might have to happen. I don't know. What's up, Sister A in the chat? But yes, I just don't understand how they're going to be kicking around for the next few years. And but that's it. I mean, I think a lot of people are already kind of making the right call. If you're going to do, you know,
phone lines are still busy. They probably took it off the hook.
I was going to say, I mean, doesn't their service close like at like 8 or 9? I don't think they run it that late, do they? Unless they, you know,
I don't know what time they close, man. I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, because when
the last time I was at GameStop, right. I'm going to tell you a story. It was the day that they shut everything down because Animal Crossing and Doom came out. So they sent me an email, and a family member emailed me too. I was over by Best Buy, and GameStop is right down the street. It's in the same plaza. And I go in there because they said, we'll sell you Doom now because we don't want 1 million people in here.
Yeah.
They said, even if you don't have a pre-order, come in and buy Doom. So I went in there to buy Doom. The girl goes, let me check the computer. Did you pre-order it? I said, no. I got an email saying I don't need a pre-order. Okay, hang on. And she's checking. It's like, I'm sorry, we don't have enough copies to sell you. You had to pre-order it. And I'm like, your email from your company says I don't need a pre-order.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was in a GameStop. So there you go.
That's the thing, man. And the last time I think I did the numbskull tyrant thing through their website. That was another thing I did. They never
Did
shipped
they just canceled his pre-order? Another one.
Oh no! What, Jill Sandwich in the chat? Did
You
your
got
shit
four
get
people.
canned?
You got Enrique Lopez and you got this guy, Jill Sandwich.
What
Oh,
the
this woman.
fuck?
I don't know who's who anymore.
Oh, they close at 5 p.m. Central. That's what X says.
So that's what, like 3 hours
Their
from
email
now?
system is useless. Use it twice. No response. Get instructions to update payment info. Prefer selling Funko Pop. Yeah, we're talking about that, Jay, earlier. It was funny. Dude, this is just it sucks. You might have a problem, Sister A. They're canceling even online orders, so please just be on standby.
Yeah, today they announced they're canceling online orders as well.
The story developed further into today, so that's why we're here live discussing it, shooting the shit with you guys, being your support system, because we know this is tough, and it's kind of just it's a shitty thing, man. It's a shitty thing on Capcom side, shitty thing on GameStop side overall. But is there anything else you want to say on this topic before we wrap things up here? Or you think we'll
don't pre-order from GameStop.
There you go. Don't
look. I know you guys like Resident Evil in the chat room, but here's the thing. Here's the game that you got to play now. You got to just start saving money for the scalpers.
Or the
that's the only way you're gonna
edition,
get it,
right? Like put away the extra $200 on top of your $250.
Put the money away.
Put it away, and just
so
get it.
You know what? They're making a collector's edition. It's $300. That means you got to save $600.
And listen, when John got his RE3,
if you really want to get this thing,
right? When John got his Japanese edition for 3, because they canceled his 3, kind of like how they did with yours,
right?
It was nicer. It opened up like an item, like it didn't have the pull out things, and it literally opened up like an item box, and everything was like neatly in there. It was completely like, it was just nice. It had the CD in there and everything. It was just, so sometimes when you put away the extra money and you don't deal with this GameStop bullshit, you actually get rewarded by a better shipping process, a better packaging. Like I've seen it firsthand, and John was like, yo, this is actually pretty nice. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that kicks the American one out of the water. But
how can you be this incompetent? You got to play the game. I mean, if GameStop ain't going to sell it to you, who's going to sell it to you?
Yeah, that's true. And here's the thing.
I think you guys need to understand something. This is how the world works, okay? It might not be the way that you want to do business, but at the end of the day, what are you going to do?
The customers always get it.
If you really want this thing, save the extra money and just pay the guy on eBay.
That's what Purple Herb just did.
I know it sucks. I'm not saying pay scalpers all day long for everything.
Sure.
I'm saying if you really want this thing, just save the extra money and just do it.
Look what Purple Herb
If you don't want it or you don't need it, then don't do it.
Right. You can vote with your wallet. That's fine. You know what I mean?
Absolutely vote with your wallet. But there's always an option. I hate people when they say, I can't find a PlayStation 5. Yeah, well, they're on eBay. You can find one right now.
And they've been in stock for months.
I don't want to pay the extra $200. Sell your PlayStation 4. They were offering $300 at that time.
Yeah.
Take that $300 and write off the rest of it, and you're good.
Yeah, there's
but
ways
everyone's
to do
a crybaby. I want someone to buy it for me.
Oh, but all those links that Wario was tweeting for the last year, those weren't real, right? They didn't work to buy consoles.
Yeah, he's a liar.
Yeah,
don't listen to him.
Yeah, people are stupid if they think that Wario.
Luigi Wario.
It's like Wario helped us get multiple consoles. Well, obviously when they started, and then you and Frank and all these other guys, multiple consoles since he's been tweeting stuff out. So yeah, I guess who's really reparable at the end of the day? God, it's like people just don't get it.
I'm not telling you guys to go to scalpers. What I'm saying is, if you really want it, you're just gonna have to do it. Or you don't. If you really don't need it, then don't do it. And that's pretty much for anything. I mean, scalpers have been around forever. This is nothing new.
No.
When I was a kid, it was a Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Right. It's always for something. It's always for the latest
Even
thing.
in Chucky, the movie, your favorite movie, Chucky over there?
Yeah.
That's how she got the good guy doll.
Yeah.
She paid the damn scalper.
Paid the scalper. Backdoor it.
I mean, this goes back to 100 years ago. So it depends on how much you want the item. If you want the item, you're going to have to pay extra for it. And it's not like you're doing it to give in. You have no choice because GameStop screwed up. If GameStop didn't screw up, you wouldn't be going to a scalper, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have options. It depends on what you want to do. If you really want it, save the money, just pay the guy on eBay. He's got bills to pay too, I guess. I don't know.
And that's the thing is, like, if you don't want to bite or jump on another collector's edition
You don't
from
have
another
to do
site,
it.
you don't have to. And look, you can wait till you get your confirmed cancellation to be like, okay, now how can I make a move? If I just got 200 and whatever,
you might get the cancellation and be like, you know what? I really didn't need it anyway. Just get the deluxe edition and you're happy.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's not the end of the world, but I understand how it can be really, frustrating. But like you said, you always have a choice, and there's always other options. Unfortunately, like, I wish that they pulled like they did with, like, again, say what you want about Last of Us 2. The way they did their collector's edition was cool. It was on Amazon. It was on Best Buy. It was on GameStop. You could get it from any of those sites. And once I saw that it wasn't just at GameStop, I remember I canceled my Last of Us 2 GameStop and I got it at Best Buy instead, obviously, because I worked there at the time.
Sacrifice everything. We're talking about a video game, my man. I'm not telling you to cut your limbs off and go give it to somebody.
I think he's just joking, but I think he's quoting something. But I think there's just a lot of things that people, again, like, it's one of those, like, how much do you really need it? If you want to, again, vote with your wallet. If you're like, I'm not going to give GameStop this business at this point.
Maybe you'll get a cancellation, but you know what, man? I really didn't need this thing anyway.
Right. Exactly. And Quentin said he's going to enjoy playing it Thursday night instead of waiting for the mail. Yeah. I mean,
the bottom line is, everybody, whether you get the statue or not or whatever, you're still going to play the game.
That's going to be the positive. Exactly. That's going to be the positive out of the situation.
It's going to be a great game.
Right.
I mean, they did a really good job with all the remakes so far. So here we go. Right.
Exactly. It's like we got to take the positives and the negatives, and just, like, you just got to take the good with the bad. Obviously, like, we don't want to get kicked in the face like this 2 weeks before, but the game is still going to be the game, and still
going to be fun. Great game.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait because I can't play 4 anymore. 4 is just, to me, it's outdated.
Right.
And I know everyone's going to get mad now that I said that, but there you go.
Well, no, I think a lot of people.
I'm looking forward to this new one.
I mean, Capcom said it themselves.
It'll be modernized and it'll be great.
You're not wrong, though. I mean, Capcom said it themselves. Like, even though I still like RE4 and I go back and I can play it.
I say that because Capcom was too lazy to go back and update the textures for that game.
Right.
When that HD version came out.
Yeah, on PC.
It's still the same old GameCube textures, just stretched out. It's like, come on, man.
And the cutscenes look bad. And that's the thing, too. It's one of those things where with Resident Evil 4, I think, a lot of people are, going to be playing it in this way with, like, the new features. And Capcom said, when they were interviewed, they said, look, like, we went back and played the original, and then we were, like, wanting to have those features that we added in, that we wanted to add in. We wanted the parry system. We wanted,
right.
They felt like where it felt dated, like, they pretty much said that, like, we just wanted to take the 2 years of development we did for the final version of 4 and add 2 years on top of that. They didn't want to remove and take stuff out, but they wanted to add and tweak stuff where it was necessary.
Right.
And
they know this is going to be their biggest game of this year.
They didn't even want to do it at first, they said, and I get it, because it's a lot of work. So, and a lot of build up and anticipation. And like you said, at the end of the day, we're going to get, something that is, going to be fun. We're going to enjoy it, even though we're getting other shitty news from our collector's edition. But thank you guys again for coming out. Thank you, Perry, for jumping on here with me. This has been awesome. We still got 147 people in here, so smash that like button. And this is Perry, S.T.A.R.S. He's been on the show multiple times, and tonight I will be on the Game Complainers podcast at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, around there. The link is pinned to the chat, so you can just click that and subscribe. It's the live stream that I've been doing since 2013, a show that I've been doing since 2013 with Perry and Frank, and subscribe over there. And this is, we'll talk some more stuff. We're going to talk Starfield. We're going to talk the other, probably more about this as well. Because, again, more can happen between now when we record. If our shits get canceled, we'll know. But that's it, guys. So, obviously, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. Thank you, Anthony, for coming in here, man. I'm doing good despite the news. What's up, Carlos, as well? I wanted to say what's up to everybody. I know you guys have been chatting away in here, but I kind of had to make the stream topic-focused, so... but I appreciate you guys. I was kind of trying to chime in. Thank you for all the members. Thank you for all the donations. and I will keep you guys posted on this situation.
Say one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Next time this guy makes a video, don't give him shit, okay? He's not going to make a video if stuff isn't confirmed.
Right.
Just want to put that out there. If you're giving this guy any crap, he's not going to make a video with false information.
No.
Because when we talk and I send him articles, he'll double check it before he even does anything.
Especially if I'm doing a video, you know what I mean? It's just like if I'm doing a video on it, taking my time to actually
even when I send you something, you'll be like, well, I saw that already. And then you'll make a video about it later, or I'll send it to you and you'll be like, yeah, no, that's not news. We're good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you check your stuff before you go out and make a video. You're not going to just, did you see this? They're changing the rain? Yeah, I don't have any information on it, but whatever. They're changing the rain.
Yeah, I'm just doing it.
This guy's going to go in fully prepared and give you guys the best information that he can provide for you. So,
and that's the thing too, and like even thing with the demo announcement too. Like I can, for that I can be wrong. I don't know. You know what I mean? I hope I'm.
And if he's wrong, he'll come on here and be like, "Well, I guess it wasn't that."
I guess it's not dropping on the date that they keep teasing, which is going to be on the spotlight date, or it's going to come out on the weekend. Even so, it's still close.
It has to come out on the spotlight because the game's coming out in like 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. And with this shit, they should just after this point, they should just fucking drop that thing. But yeah, Perry's right. And again, a lot of those negative stuff, like it was people that aren't you guys in here. It was just random people that, the video was picking up steam. So a lot of random people were commenting on it and, talking shit basically. But you guys in the community have been lovely and kind. And again, I'm sorry if you got your shit, canceled on this stream. I'm also getting comments still on my video that people are getting their online stuff now canceled. So, I'll probably, again, cut a clip out of this.
And who warned them about it yesterday?
I tried. But, we'll see. Plot twist. RE4 gets delayed. Yeah, and don't speak that into existence. But
RWK has been praying for that.
Right? Yeah. He's been praying for Starfield, too. Which, we'll talk about that tonight.
That was a burn.
But I love you, RWK. You're great. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you, Perry, again. And we'll catch you guys tonight over on the Game Complainers. And stay tuned as more Resident Evil stuff continues. And, like, subscribe, all that good stuff over there. And, of course, smash the like button now. Subscribe over here for more Let's Talk Resident Evil stuff. And stay tuned as the road to Resident Evil 4 Remake continues.